Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How can you hear me? Please send me some cross, maybe some hello, yes or not. Okay, so today we have some market summaries, market review. In the first part of my speech, we have some news. I think it very important news for this week. And we asked I asked for the answer why some Litecoins grow up. And in the first part, we watched some main Litecoins, Bitcoin, of course, and cryptocurrency, which have a good potential at the moment, and so on. So first of all, some before I talking about some news, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So to do this, you should click subscribe below the video, and don't forget to click the bell to always be aware of new streams and videos. So first of all, the first, I think, a very important news. The head of the IMF, Christine Lagarde, name the potential advantages of the crypto and lockup. It's a very famous person, and she said very interesting statement. So she said about the managing director of the, first of all, International Monetary Fund. It's a director, managing director of the International Monetary Fund, Christine Lagarde, who is the recent past spoke about the potential risk of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, said they had positive sides. So as Christine Lagarde writes in the IMF blog, it's this blog IMF, with the help of cryptocurrency, you can quickly and expressly transfer any amount of money. So she noted some payment service now make foreign transfers within a few hours, not days. I think it's a very prospect statement. According to Lagarde, the technology of distributed registers can help financial markets operate more efficiently, and it in developing countries will ensure the observance of property rights and increase confidence in the market and promote investment. Also, the head of the IMF believes that the cryptocurrency will lead to diversification of the financial landscape, so which will improve the balance between centralized and decentralized service providers and a financial ecosystem that will be more effective and potentially more resilient in countering threats. At the same time, Christine Lagarde emphasizes that cryptocurrencies still need to win the trust and support of consumers and authorities. Mm, An important first step will be to reach a consensus of the role of cryptocurrency assets, since they now to no borders. International cooperation will important, Lagarde said. So as a note, Lagarde as a reasonable view of assets in the cryptocurrency shouldn't lead to either crypto conviction or crypto euphoria. A very good statement from Christine Lagarde, Lagarde, and I think it's very, very good news. Next news, it's about famous bank. It's a Barclays bank. One of the largest in the United Kingdom and the world financial conglomerates, Barclays, has opened a venture unit specializing in investing in a blockbuster solution, smart contracts, and artificial intelligence. This is supported by trust notes. According to ex-head of the strategic planning department of financial guide Ben Davy, Barclays United Kingdom Ventures will focus on truly breakthrough and new business areas. In addition to investing in various startups, the new unit will establish business links with other companies and will also consider launching its own project. In March, Barclays announced a partnership with the largest American cryptocurrency company, Coinbase, through which the platform will enable customers to instantly deposit and withdraw British pounds. For this, the California company also had to obtain a special license to provide services in the United Kingdom and the European Union. In general, British banks are cautious about the prospect of cooperation with cryptocurrency company. Moreover, some of them are supporters of a complete ban on operations with the cryptocurrency in the country. I think it's very interesting. Next moment about big Chinese company Huawei. It's a very good smartphone, a very good technique. So Huawei will launch a blockchain platform to create smart contracts. So Chinese telecommunication Huawei announced the forthcoming launch of the blockchain as a service platform based on Hyperledger Fabric 1.0. This is reported by CoinDesk. It's noted that on a new platform, companies and developers will be able to create smart contracts and then quickly and inexpensively deploy from to Huawei Cloud for use in tracking supply chain data, in tokenized securities and public ID verification services and financial audit. Huawei is a member of the Hyperledger consortium since 2016, and in March this year, as a result of their joint project, the Caliper service appeared, with which you can check the performance of large blockers. Additionally, in general, a similar open platform such as BaaS launched the internet giant Baidu. It's Chinese big company. The service was called Baidu Trust. And the next, I think it's we move to the global markets. It's a very interesting news about CME Group, and CME Group published the first report on Bitcoin futures. So almost 4 months after the start of the Bitcoin futures, the Chicago Mercantility Exchange, CME Group, provided data to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, on the position of traders. This is the first report of the kind, the publication of which was delayed due to the fact that, according to the rules of the exchange, it was necessary to have 30 bidders for its preparation. However, large funds of high activity in this market haven't yet demonstrated, and the required number of participants hasn't been able to score. I think it's a very pity. This is the first COT report. It's commitments of trades. Included data on 20 participants, only 20. The main difference between the Bitcoin contracts for CMEs from the same contracts as the Chicago Option Exchange CBOE is that the CME contract is 5 times the number of contracts for the CBOE. Is 5 times, and it's equivalent to 5 bitcoins. It's not a big amount. The pledge for the contract for CME is much higher, and there are larger market participants that are trading. The COT report is of interest to crypto traders as it shows the position in the market and the mood of the participants. So, where's my illustration about this? Yes, code. So, large speculators, it's non-commercial, bought at the moment 1,077 contracts for bitcoins and sold 1,315 contracts. As the number of contracts sold or shorts exceeds the number of bots by 22%. And this shows a moderately bearish market sentiment. By the way, the CBOE short exceeds the long lines of large speculators by 46%, but in the last week this figure decreased, which reflected a certain increase in bullish statement towards the cryptocurrency. Hedgers, the commercial. This group of participants on the market always opens positions against large speculators. It's very important information, but they don't accept participants in the bidding on the CME as well as on the CBOE. Non-reportable, it's a position are small traders with a significant position. It's like us, non-reportable, as they usually don't have much influence on the market. In the Bitcoin futures market, they usually trade against large speculators, but it's not we traded with large speculators and gain money. Small speculators currently hold 600 contracts for purchase and 361 contracts for sale. The number of the longest exceeds the number of shorts by 66%. It's not bad. And they are more tuned for the growth of Bitcoin. There are no data on changes in position for the week in the first report, and it's impossible to draw conclusion about the latest changes in moods in the market, but the data will appear in a week. Nevertheless, as previously reported in the CME group, and recent trading volumes of future for Bitcoin have grown significantly. According to the company, in December, the average daily trading volume was about 1,600 contracts, but in just 3 months, this number increased to 2,500 contracts. 30% of this volume is provided outside the United States from Asia market. Back in February, more than 400 contracts were traded every day during the Asian session. So Bitcoin futures for CME were launched in December 2017. The contracts are available on the CME Globex platform on a cash statements basis and are based on available on the CME CF Bitcoin reference rate. The reference Bitcoin against the United States dollar completed by the CME group on Bitstamp data, GDAX, ITBT, and Kraken. So next news about some stocks. It's a ticker RIOT. It's listed in NASDAQ. RIOT. It's a daily chart. So we can see a big move at the end of 2017. One big move, two and large move, and pump and dump now. So what about Riyadh blockchain? So the news about security exchange studies the activity of the transforming in the block business company Riyadh blockchain. The former biotech company Riyadh blockchain, whose shares are traded on the Nasdaq exchange and which hit the front pages of the newspapers last year after it began offering services in the field of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, fell into the spotlight of the United States Security and Exchange Commission. This is reported by CoinDesk. So relevant information is contained in the annual report of Riyadh blockchain published on Tuesday, April 13th. The company said SEC requested as the company for certain information. As further explained in the document, it's about the classification of the company's assets and the amount of possible investments. The company intends to fully assess this Security Exchange Commission in its request, its Riyadh blockchain stated. Riyadh blockchain became known as one of the first companies that changed the name of the end of the last year, adding the word block to it. Against the backdrop of this news, Riyadh blockchain stock price rose at the high from $4 to over 38 dollars. At the end of February, investors filed three collective actions against Riyadh blockchain. They accused the firm of breaking security laws, manipulating stock prices, and providing false and misleading information. All these events, however, didn't prevent Riyadh blockchain from sending in March to the Security Exchange Commission a public application for the opening in the United States of a platform for trading crypto and futures. So Riyadh, it's Finvis, Riyadh blockchain. Nice. Blockchain. So it was the first time. Moving to the next point. It's the next point for some review for main cryptocurrencies. First of all, exactly, it's a BTC. It's a main cryptocurrency. It's daily for BTC. So we find not bad support between 6,500 and 7,000. And it's a very important day. It's 12th of April. This big green candle. So what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin managed to overcome the 8,000 mark after April 12th. His rate suddenly rose by more than 1,000. At the moment, the price of the first cryptocurrency can be kept above the psychological level. Very interesting situation, and I think 8,400 it's very interesting support resistance, but I think if we will have some volume, we grow up higher without any problem. So capitalization of the digital currency market as whole has grown since April 12 from 275 billion to 335 billion. And one of the significant factors that influenced recently the dynamics of the market was the so-called tax day. As you know, the last day of filing tax declaration in the United States of America, which this year fell on 17th April. In connection with the change in tax legalization this year, for the first time owning cryptocurrency, United States citizens had to pay taxes to the Treasury. According to many experts in the regard, during the first quarter, there was an outflow of capital from the cryptocurrency market and its transfer of the currency. So if we assume that this factor was the reason for the recent correction in the market, then in the second half of April we can expect to recovery. I think it's a very positive moment, and now I think not bad situation for long. Next cryptocurrency, it's Ethereum. Nice move. Previous hour, yes. What about daily chart? Yes, we have good support near $400, and now we have good move. 30 minutes. Some range, some resistance, $540. Break this number and we have $557. It's a very good mama trade. So what about Ethereum in the daily chart? In the daily chart, an important level of resistance for the moment will be $642. Maybe this. Of course, next level $733. Also, the price is to be fixed above the heavy moving average 2200. In this case, it will be possible to assets with confidence about the development of the uptrend. The faster and below the price of $492 may lead to a downward movement to the range, to this range. So we'll see about Ethereum. What about Ripple? Ticker XRP. It's a daily chart and click 30 minutes chart. Also 12th of April. It's a very nice move. 50%. Some person who bought this consolidation, yes, near the 75, it's 50% of the cryptocurrency. It's a large amount. So what about XRP? I want to say about the information of some triangle, yes, and the breaking of the border, which often occurs in the direction of the current trend. Processing from this, we can expect impulse movements upwards. The first resistance for which will be at the 72 and I think 76. Look at the daily chart. Yes, maybe 76. After that, the price of Ripple is to overcome the psychological mark of 80, maybe 82 cents. I think of 80 as well as 86. This range is filled with a large number of significant resistance levels. If the price doesn't manage to break the upper limit of the triangle, we can expect a return to the downward mode to levels around maybe 56, 53 cents. So the daily chart shows that the price left the zone of the downward sloping channel and was fixed above the resistance level or 63 cents. LTC, of course. The price charts forward over the support level of $109, $110 maybe. Yes, and formed an upward movement. After this, the upper limit of the inclined channel was broken. Currently, LTC is testing the level. No, it's testing. It's this level. We are higher now. After consolidation, over which will be formed an upward moment to the range of 156 and 176 dollars. In this case, the price will be fixed above the heavy 200 moving average, which will confirm the strengthening of the uptrend. And EOS, it's a very interesting situation. I think the price chart from the shape of the trend continuation, it's called flag. To further develop the upward trend, the price should be fixed above the upper limit of this figure, above the level 9.30. It will also be important to consolidation above $10 after fixing over these levels for the price. I think the road to the 15 mark will be open. Very interesting. 30 minutes. Some new support, some new resistance, and we near the resistance. Look like good situation for buy. But if the price the lower border of the figure, it will be possible to move on the range 7 dollars and further strengthen bearish sentiment. But now I think it's a bullish sentiment. Very interesting EOS. Very prospect moment. Very interesting volume, like this situation. And very funny situation about Monero this week. XMR, yes, on the day yesterday, yes, 18 April, on the day of the first anniversary of Monero cryptocurrency, its birthday Monero cryptocurrency, it grew by 16%. So congratulations Monero and investors and traders who bought yesterday. So at the end of my speech, look like and see some interesting information. BTC domination now 40%. As you remember last week when we had some webinar. Yes, its number was 44 or maybe 45%. Now BTC domination is low. It's of course it's obvious because a lot of Litecoins goes went up, and we have very interesting and very green week for Litecoins. And of course we have more capitalization and more company who have capitalization more than $500 million. As you remember, last week we have 28, now we have 38, 39, 40, okay, and digits, 40 is perfect number. 40 cryptocurrencies who have a very big market capitalization. So it's very positive news. Today we have some big movers as Monaco, PanZX, VAX, but their capitalization below the 500 billions, and maybe Bitcoin private. It's a very interesting station because this coin has not bad capitalization above $500 billion, and other company Dogecoin, of course, 13%. So very interesting week, guys, and now we have a very interesting situation for Bitcoin and other Litecoins. So I see market is completely bullish at the moment. So we'll see what we have in a few days. In next week, I think it's a very interesting moment. So read the news. It's very important for information for some cryptocurrency and blockchain industry in general. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. To do this, you should click subscribe to the below the video, and don't forget to click the bell to always be aware of new streams and videos. If you have any question, please leave them in the comments. See you next week, guys, and great weekends. Bye.